Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Crochet Tejido. Today I'll be teaching you how to knit this beautiful hat. It's very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel that you'll find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I can send you the link. To make this hat, these are the materials I'm going to use. I have this Bernat Premium that I wish I have these colors in the Bernat Premium because it's very nice, soft yarn. But well, I have the loops and thread impeccable. And that's the next best. So this one is Bernat Premium, medium 4, 100% acrylic. The color is spring green. And these ones, the loops and thread impeccable, medium 4, 100% acrylic. This is light blue, white, and black. The circular knitting needle that I have are this jaguar, the shortest cable. This is the 8 inches, 20 centimeter. And the needle size are 4.5 millimeter or US 7. They are from my jaguar set that come in this little pouch. The link where I bought this in the description box below. I only have that there. I'm gonna need some markers, these row counters, and tapestry needle and scissor. And this graph that I did, you're gonna use this. I'm gonna leave the picture in my Facebook page, Ruby Crochet Tejido, and in my Instagram, Ruby Crochet Tejido. But if you have a cell phone, I'm gonna leave this in here, like this, just in case you want to take a screenshot. And that way you don't have to go there looking for the picture. Just take a screenshot in your cell phone, watch the video in the cell phone, take a screenshot, and then you have it in your cell phone. The repetition is of 7 stitches. Every 7 stitches you do this graph, and I don't have, this is only the graph. I don't have here the border that we're gonna start with and all that. That's separate, that's just the graph. So now we're gonna cast on our stitches. I'm gonna start by leaving a tail long enough to cast on 84 stitches plus 1 to close the circumference. The stitch is multiple 7, the sign, so you have to make sure that you have multiple 7 on your needle. But you have to have even number for the border. For example, if you cast on 77 stitches, that's not even number for the border. So you have to have 76 stitches, do the 1 by 1 rib, and then when you start in the first row of the net row, and then you increase 1 stitch to have 77 for the motif of the design. But also, to do that, to cast on the 77, the 76 plus 1, you see you have 77, but you have to decrease the stitch to close the circumference. And then you have to increase the stitch again. I don't know if it makes sense. It makes sense. So if you want the hat of 77 stitches, you have to cast on 77, but you will decrease 1 stitch to close the circumference. And then when you have to net, you increase the stitch all over again for the motif. That's better. So I'm gonna start with a slip knot. But just changing needle sizes to a 4 millimeter if you want a smaller, or a 5 millimeter if you want a bigger, or a 5.5. And that will give you this amount of stitches, different size hat. So to do this, that way I don't make the noise. So I'm doing the long tail cast on. You will do whichever cast on you like. I like this one. So I will meet you here when I have my 85 stitches, 84 plus 1. I close the circumference and I'm ready to work the 1 by 1 rep. Now what I did for closing the circumference, let me explain you because I did it without explaining. I pass my first stitch over to the right hand needle, and then the last one that I did in here, I pass it over to that one that I passed, and then I pull the working yarn. That way I close a little bit that stitch, and then I flip it over. I did a knot between the two ends, the two strands, the working yarn and the tail, and then I secure it really well, and then I pass the first stitch over to be the first one again in my left hand needle. Now I'm gonna do the 1 by 1 rib, 1 net, 1 purl, and I place the marker to count the rows and to mark the beginning and end of each row. 1 purl, 1 net, 1 purl, and like that you're going to continue working all the way around. You start with a net and you will finish with a purl. Also, I forgot to mention, when you're going to close the circumference, you have to make sure that this is not twisted, that all these little grooves or red are in the inside of the needle. I finished my first row. I'm going to start in the second. I'm going to be exactly the same. 1 net, 1 purl. You're going to net the nets and purl the purls, and you're going to work until you have the desired width for your brim or border. If you want a single brim, you will do around 2 inches, 2 inches, 2.5, depend of the size hat that you're making. If you want a double brim, for the brim, you will do from 5 to 6 inches. That's what I'm gonna do, because here in Canada the cold are very intense, and a single brim is nice for the fall, but for the winter you want nice and thick. So that will be when I fold it in half around the width of the brim, nice and warm around the ears. So if you do 2 inches is 5 millimeter, 2.5 is 6.5 millimeter, or centimeter, sorry, centimeter, not millimeter, centimeter. And if you do a 6 inches, it's 15.5 centimeter. A millimeter in my head, centimeters. So I will measure here when I have my 6 inches border for this hat. I know gonna take a while because and tedious, just 1 by 1 rib. But it worth the while, it worth the time, because you're gonna have a better looking hat and warmer as well. Here I have the border. I did 35 rows, 6 inches. Like I mentioned, I want these nice and wide, nice and warm for the ears. And when you fold it, it will be like this. You see, a nice wide brim, very warm. So now we're gonna start with the chart, and if you have the picture, you can see that you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of net with the green. So you're gonna net 6 rows, and I'm gonna put the marker, the row counter to 0, because I want to keep track of these rows, because this one is done. If you want to keep note of what you did for another hat, you can keep note, and then you'll have the note for another hat, or you can come back to this video and watch it again. So I'm gonna knit 6 rows. Now if you did a hat for 77 stitches and you have 76, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna increase. Let me zoom in a little bit. You're gonna go to one of the next stitch. You're gonna grab the lower leg from the row before and you're gonna place it back into your needle, and you're gonna knit that stitch and the next one, and like that you increase your stitch, and like that you will continue, and you have that extra stitch, the number 77. But I don't need that because I already have my 84 stitches, so I don't need that one there. I'm just gonna knit 6 rows around. Now we're working in the round. I did the 6th row of net. Now we're gonna work on number 7, and we're gonna start with our design. So we're gonna start with 2 green, 1 black, 2 green, 1 black, 1 green. So in between each motif, and here you'll have 3 green because you're gonna start with 2 and finish with 1. So because now when you start with 2 more, you will have 3 green. That's the separation. And we're gonna start placing the markers, that way we know where the design begins again, the motif. So I'm gonna start with the black, and I'm gonna trap the black with the green. That will be much easier. So I have the green in here. I put the black on the top. I'm gonna hold it in place here. And I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna knit 1, and then again I'm gonna put it in between these two, the 2 tips of the needles, and knit the second one. And now our black is trapped secure in here. Now we have to do 1 black, and you're gonna do it on the tip of your needle. And that's the trick about color work, is the separation of the straggler in the back. And that has to be nice and loose. That way when you put your hat on, it's flexible like this part in here, otherwise it will pull. You have to give a nice loose strand in the back. So you do 1 black, and now you're gonna do 2 green, 1 and 2, open again your stitches, and then on the tip you're gonna do your black. You see, it's nice and loose in the back here. And now you're gonna do a green. So if you can, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. You will place a marker. That's if you like. I like to place the marker, that way I know each time I have to change the 7 stitches. I'm gonna start all over again. So now you have to do again 2 green, 1 black, 2 green, 1 black, 1 green. I will show you one more time. I already did this one in Spanish, so I'm working Spanish and English tutorial, so I have to do this like this. So you're gonna start always opening your stitches, and you're gonna come here and you're gonna do 2 green, and you see now you have 3 green, the one where you finish and the 2 that you start with. So you have to open those stitches like this, open them up, and do a black one. And the easiest way not to tighten that stitch in the back is to put your finger on top, and then you leave it there. Otherwise we tend to pull this in here with this finger, pull, and then you'll be pulling this strand, and you want this to be nice and open. Now you're gonna do, you see, at the tip, 1, 2 green, 1 black, 1 green. You see, nice and loose. And you're gonna cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm gonna place my marker, and I will continue doing this all the way around. Remember, the markers are optional. I like to have the marker, that way I know where I have each design. So we're going to continue with the repetition of this row all the way around, and we're working on round 7 of the chart or graph. I finished number 7. We're going to work on number 8, and number 8 we're going to work with 3 color, with the green, with the black and white, and this is the only row that you're going to work with 3 strands. The rest is only 2 strands. It's just that we have to have the white here in between the 2 little black legs. So what we're going to do, we're going to trap the white as well as we did with the black at the beginning. So this is the black. I'm going to work my first stitch, and I'm going to trap the white. Exactly the same. I'm going to put on top of the green. Put it here. I'm going to do the first green stitch. I'm going to do the second one. I'm going to bring the white in here, the black, wrap, lift the white out, and it's trapped in here. So now what I'm going to do is going to grab the black, and I had to do 1 black. Make sure that the stitches are open, because remember you had that separation in here of 3 stitches in between the black. So you're going to do, you work with the black, and now you're going to do 2 white. You're going to grab the white, and you're going to come here, grab the white, and do 2 white. Lift the white. I'm going to grab the green now, and you're going to come here and make sure that these 2 stitches are open, and do 1 black, and then open these 4 stitches, because now you're going to have 4 stitches in between each green. That's the longest now, and you're going to come here and do a green. Make sure this is nice and loose when you open your stitches, that nothing is tugging, and then you pass the marker and start all over again. This was a little more fiddly because you're trapping the white in the back, but now you're going to work with the 3 color. I'm going to record this one in Spanish and then the next one in English. So I did 3 repetition in Spanish, so I'm going to do 3 repetition in English. That way I explained really well. The trick is always grab the black in the left hand needle, and then in the right hand needle you'll work with the, always the same, with the green and the white. So I'm going to do 1 and 2 green, open the stitches, do the black. You see in the tip, always in the tip, leaving this strand nice and loose in the back. And the longest you're going to do is this one in between stitches, 5 stitches with the white. So you're going to go here at the tip, you leave the green in here in the top, always try to place them exactly the same, and then with the white you come here to the tip. You see the length of the strand. I'm not pulling or anything, I just do it in the tip 1 and 2, and that strand, that straggler, is nice and loose in the back. That's the trick. I leave the white in there, I grab the green, and then I do 1 black, open this because it's 4 of them in between the greens, and then again in the tip do the one with the green, making sure that this, you only have to make sure that this is nice, even you have to pull it a little bit to give it that extra length. You're going to pass the marker, and again always keeping this, you're always going to keep the green and the black in hand. The white is the one that is loose there. Again, 1 and 2 green, open those 3 stitches, come to the tip of the needle, do 1 black, open here, and now you bring the green to the top, grab the white, do on the tip of the needle 1 and 2 white. You see in between the black is 2 whites. Leave the white, grab the green, 1 black. Let me make sure that I open that, and 1 green on the tip of the needle. Pass the marker again, you see, and they don't gonna tangle up in between each other because you are keeping them exactly the same always. So you're gonna come here and do 1 and 2 green, open those 3 stitches, the 1 black. I know some of them are very loose, as because I'm pulling here, but once you finish you will do this, move the stitches around, and they will be exactly the same size. And now you're going to open these 5, and in the tip of your needles you're going to leave the green in the top and grab the white and do your 2 white on the tip of the needle, 1 and 2, without pulling on anything, and these will be all of them exactly the same length. You leave the white, and then you grab your green, and then you do 1 black, make sure that I have a good separation there, and 1 green, and like that you're going to continue working all the way until the end. I remember the first time that I did color work, I did a hat, and this part was nice and flexible, but the top was so tight that I couldn't fit in a head because I didn't pull these enough. I don't give enough room for them to open, to have that stretch. So that's the trick. So I'm going to continue working like this all the way until the end of this row, and in the next row we're going to work just with the green and white for 2 rows, for row 9 and 10, but I don't going to cut the black. I'm going to leave the black. I'm just going to bring the black up, and I'm going to do then the 11 and 12 with black and white, and then 13 is green and white, and then 1 row green, and then the rest is with the blue and white and blue along the top of the hat. But I'll keep the yarns up. I don't want to cut them to have that many tails. I finished that row. We're going to work on 9, and then 9 and 10s are green and white. You're going to do 2 green, 4 white, 1 green. So the black is behind my row counter, so I want to trap 1 stitch forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first stitch with the green, and I'm going to pass the black in between the tip of the needles, and I'm going to wrap the green, lift the black out, and leave it there. We finished with the black for 2 rows. Now I'm going to grab the white in one hand and the green in the other hand, leaving the black in there. So I still have to do 1 more green, and then now 4 white. So open the stitch, and what I'm going to do is with the same hand I'm going to do 4 white. That way the stitches are always the same. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Open those 4 stitches, or if you would like you can grab it in the other hand. That's what I'm going to do. It's easier for me and faster. I'm going to open those 4, and I'm going to grab here the green, nice and loose in the back, and the tip, your green. Pass your marker. You're going to do 2 more green. Open those green. Now you're going to do 1. Always in the tip of the needle is easier. I know some of the stitches look very loose, but once I finish you will see how they take their shape and their size, because I'm pulling the strand in the back. That's why I'm getting a little bit loose. So open those 4 stitches, and in the tip you're going to work your green. Pass the marker, and you're going to continue. I'm going to record 1 more in Spanish, and then I'll record again in English to show you one more time. So I'm going to work again. You only have to make sure that you open the stitches well. 1 and 2. Open those 3 green, and then work 3 white, always in the tip. I always leave it in the tip. I don't bring it here because if I bring it here, usually I will pull. So I try to leave them on the tip. And you see that black one is huge. That is because I'm pulling as I work the strand in the back. But once you work that stitch, look at the rest, they go to the same size that they're supposed to be. You see, I pull the white here a little. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Open those 4 stitches and come here at the tip, do a green one. One and 2. And you see, that one that was huge is back to the normal size. Open these 3 green, go to the tip, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Open those 4, go to the tip, a green one. And like that you're going to continue all the way until the end. So in the next row is where you're going to have a little bit more separation between the green, because you're going to have 1 green, 6 white, 1, then start again, 1 green, 6 white, 1 green, 6 white. I finished that row. We're going to work on number 10, and is 1 green and 6 white. I'm going to come here, I'm going to do my first green one, and I'm going to open those 2 stitches, and I'm going to do 6 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're going to open all these stitches, and then you go past your marker, and you're going to go right in the tip of your needle. Make sure you open this. This is the longest strand that you're going to have. You go on the tip and you do that green, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Move your stitches nice and wide. Place the marker, and again you go right into the tip of the needle, very open like that. You're gonna do your green one, and again you're gonna continue doing 6 white, and then 1 green, 6 white, 1 green, 6 white. So I already have the green one, and I'm gonna do my 6 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Open these stitches as apart as you can, and always bring this one to the tip of the needle and come all the way there and do your 1 green, and again 6 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And like that you're going to continue working in this row number 10. I finished round 10. We're going to work in 11 and 12 that are with the black and white. So you're going to start with 1 black, 2 white, 2 black, 2 white, and then you start again 1 black, 2 white, 2 black, 2 whites. And we're going to leave the green, but the green is all the way here, so we want to have the green closer to the beginning. That way when we working with the green in number 13, we have it just right there, no all the way from the back out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trap the green when I work now my stitch. So I'm going to pass the black that I have here waiting to my right hand, and then the green to the left. because now I'm going to work with the white and the black. But since the black is under, when I work here, you see, it will trap the stitch closer. So now I have to work one black, you see, and then I'm going to leave the green, and then I'm going to work with the white and the black. So now I will do 2 white, open the stitch, 2 black, 1 and 2, open the stitch, 2 white, like this, and then you start all over again. You pass your marker, and then you open this 2 white stitch, and then you start with 1 black, and then 2 white, open those 2 black, open those 2 and 2 white, and you start all over again. So we're doing the start at the little head and the other leg. I'm gonna record one more in Spanish and then one more in English, this row. So you're gonna pass your marker. We're almost done our little lamb. So you're gonna do your black, 2 white, 2 black, always open your stitches, and 2 white. Pass your marker. That's why it's nice to have markers, that way you know when you start again the beginning of the motif. One black, 2 white, 2 black and 2 white. So like that, you're going to continue working until the end of this row, and we'll work one more row with the black and white. That will be the last row of the little lamb, and then we will work with the green and white, and then we'll start with the white and blue. I'm going to work on number 12, and this one is the last row with the black. So I'm going to come here, open those stitches, do my 1 black. Now you're going to do 1 white, and always remember, even if you're doing 1 stitch, to leave that little long strand in the back, otherwise it will be pulling. So after that, you will do 4 white, 4 black, 1, 2, 3, 4 black, space the 4, and then go to the tip and do 1 white. Pass your marker. One black, 1 white, and then 4 black, 1, 2, and 4. Space really well those 4, and then 1 white. And like that, you're going to continue working. You see, I pull a little bit there. Like that, you're going to continue working this row around. Open the stitch, 1 black, 1 white, 4 black, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Open those 4 really well, and 1 white. Pass your marker and do the repetition all over again. White, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And like that, you'll continue this round. And we'll be done with the black. I finished round 12. We're gonna work on 13. 13 is green and white. So you're gonna do 2 green, 4 white, 1 green. We finished with the black, but we want to trap the black in 1 stitch. That way it's nice and secure. Plus, we need to do 1 stitch to the back with the green. Let me pass the green to the other side. And it is because if I go from the lower part here and do the green, the stitch gonna be different. They're gonna be right. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do the last white stitch. And then I'm gonna grab the green. I'm gonna pass it over that white to the other side. That way when I do the white stitch, you'll see it will be trapped. And I'm gonna pass the black too to the other side because I want to trap the white in this, the black in this side of the work. So the green will be in here and the black like this, cross like, you see, and here like that. Before you do the last white stitch. So you're gonna open this stitch. I have to be on top. No, like that. And you're gonna come and do that white at the tip. And this way the green is trapped there. Now we can work with the green and the next stitch and it will be perfect. So we're gonna bring the black on top of the white and it will be like this. When we do the white stitch, the black will be trapped as well. So now I have to do 2 green, 1 and 2, and you see the stitch look perfect. And then now we're gonna do 4 white, and then now that I do the white, the black will be trapped in there. 1, 2. Oh, let me lose this. The green, I forgot that I had to lose that stitch or the strand, the tail. There, 2, 3, and 4. Now I can cut the black, leaving a tail long enough to lose. And we're done with the black. So just a little bit of black that we need. So if you wanted to trap the black again, you can trap the black, but I'm gonna leave it there. So I'm gonna come here, open the stitch and do 1 green. Pass the marker, 2 green. Open those 3. And you're gonna do 4 white. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Open the stitch and do 1 green. And like that, you're gonna continue doing this row. And the next row, it will be all green, and then you'll finish the little lamb. I will show you one more time. After you pass the marker, you're gonna do 1 and 2 green. Open really well your stitches. You're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 white. Open really well, and then 1 green. Pass the marker, and again. It's much easier with a marker because you know if you had to leave your work, when you come back, you know where you are in your work. Especially when you do color work, it's nice to have markers. So you're going to do 1 and 2 green. 3 and 4 and the tip, 1 green. Pass your marker, and like that you're going to continue in this round, and this will be the last round of the little lamb. The next round, when you do the entire round in green, and you'll see the little lamb done. I finished 13, 14 is all green, and 15 is all blue. This is the last round with the green. After this, you can cut the green after you trap and a few stitches in the next round. So I'm going to trap the white in here between the green. That way I leave it there and it's ready to go for number 16. So I'm going to come here. As to knit, I'm going to place the white in between the 2 needles. I'm going to wrap the green. I'm going to lift the white and just knit with the green. I'm going to leave the white there. And now I'm going to knit all the stitches with just the green. And like I mentioned, this is the last round with the green. I'm still keeping the markers. So I will meet you here at the end of this round, and we're done our little lambs. I finished working with the green in round 14. I'm gonna start now with the blue, but I want to trap the blue in here before I start. So I already grab somewhere is the beginning of this, and I'm gonna place back the marker, and I'm gonna do 3 of these green. You will see why. And this white one is a little bit loose. I'm just going to pull it a little bit to make it tighter, because that's the one from the yarn. So I have 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to grab the blue. I'm going to place the tail exactly the same as I did with the other ones. I'm going to put the tail in this side, the green underneath, and I'm going to do those 3 stitches. You see, I will get trapped in there. Now in the next one, I'll put it in between the 2 needles. I will wrap, I lift my finger, and that blue will be out. And then I will do the next one and strap in 2 stitches. I'm gonna pass my marker, and then now I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch the green to the left hand, and I'm gonna work with the blue. I'm gonna trap the green in a few stitches, and so I will do exactly the same. I will place the green in between the 2 needles. I will knit that one. You see when I lift, I remove the green out of the way. That way I don't pass it through. And now when I do the next one, I will get trapped. And one, you have to put it in between the needles. And in the next one, it will be trapped. In between the needles. And trap. In between. Pass the marker. And like that you can do that and a few more stitches you like. That don't gonna change anything in here. You don't see it whatsoever, because you're trapping the green and behind the green as well. And then I will do this round, and after that I will work in 16, that is with blue and white. And look at the little lamb, they look so cute. I finished that row. Now we're gonna start working in the blue sky with the little clouds. So 16 is 1 blue, 1 white, 3 blue, 1 white, 1 blue. And then we'll continue with the rest after. Like that. So when you go to your work, or look at your work, you will have your white underneath. So you want to have the white wrap with the blue, so you'll pass it over the blue. already have paused this one and I was recording, so I go to the back again. This side actually works. Open the stitches, one white and one blue. Pass your marker and then you're going to continue like that. So it's one blue, one white, three blue, one white, one blue. I finished number 16, working in 17. I already do repetition in Spanish, but I don't gonna undo that to start from the beginning because it will be exactly the same. You're gonna start with 2 blue. I have to open really wide in here because I have 4 blue in here. You will have that in this row. So you're gonna do 1 white, 1 blue, 1 white, 2 blue. I forgot to show you the chart, just in case you're guiding yourself by looking at the chart each time I show into here into the camera. See, number 17. 2 blue, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 white, 2 blue. That's why we have 4 because we had 2 at the end and 2 at the beginning. So you're gonna pass, come here, 2 more blue, open those 4, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 white, and 2 blue. Like that you're gonna continue all the way until the end, and the next one is all blue. Number 18 is all blue. So I'll meet you here at 19. I finished 18. 19 is 3 blue, 1 white, 3 blue, 1 white. But we have the white all the way down here, and then to work, the tail will be too long, too far, and an angle. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass the blue under the white, and I'm gonna trap that white up. So I'm gonna do, you see, I bring it up already. I'm gonna do 1, 2, and 3. Now it's a little bit closer because only 3 stitches apart. Open those 3 and do 1 white. Now 3 blue. 1, 2, and 3. Now the separation behind is going to be of 6 in the white, but you can trap it if you don't want it to have that tail too long pulling. So what you do is exactly as I trap, I put it in between the 2 needles I wrap, I lift it up, I pass this one. That's 1, that's 2, and that is 3. And you don't see the white, and it's trapped in here and 2 stitches. Now you do 1 white and 3 blue. 1, 2, and 3. And that's what you're gonna do in 19. And remember, even if you're trapping your strand in the back, you have to leave that nice and loose, because when I come here, you see I have 3 stitches in here, so you have to leave that nice and loose when you trap that white. That way you have that stretch on your piece. Otherwise, you will have a tight top. Your hat don't want to have any giving in the top. So like that, you're gonna continue in number 19. I finished 19. 20 is the repetition of 16. 21, the repetition of 17. And 22, the repetition of 18. And then 23, go back again to repetition of 16. 24, the repetition of 17. And 25, the repetition of 18. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 row or 5 row of color. The other 6 is 25 solid blue, and then we do the rest, whatever rest we have with the blue of the hat. So that's what we're gonna do now. I already did 2 repetition in Spanish, so I don't want to undo because it's like this. You're gonna do 1 blue, 1 white, 3 blue, 1, 2, and 3, 1 white and 1 blue. You pass your marker, and again 1 blue, 1 white, 3 blue, 1, 2, and 3, 1 white and 1 blue, and like that you're going to continue in number 20. Number 21, 2 blue, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 white, 2 blue. One and 2 blue, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 white, and 2 blue. Blue, 1 white, 1 blue, white, 2 blue. And like that you're going to continue with number 21. Round 22 is all in blue, so I'm going to knit that one and I will meet you here. I finished number 22. 23 and 24 is the repetition, and 16 and 17 that was as well in 20 and 21. Those are you repeated 3 times. So I don't want to record doing that because I already showed you twice how to do it. So number 23 is 1 blue, 1 white, 3 blue, 1 white, 1 blue, and then you start again. 1 blue, 1 white, 3 blue, 1 white, 1 blue. 24 is 2 blue, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 white, 2 blue, and you start again. 2 blue, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 white, 2 2 blue, and 25 is all blue. Do those 3 rounds and I will meet you here. But something that I'm going to show you is that the white is all the way down here, so I had to bring it up. And what I'm going to do again is I'm going to bring it up, and since it's only one blue, what I'm going to do, I'm going to undo the last one, and then you see you have the blue under the white. I'm going to do that one. That's my marker, and then when I do the first blue, it's already one stitch up because I trapped it in that one. So now I will do the white, and it's perfect to continue. I'm gonna work on 25, and since I finished with the white, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna trap that strand and quite a few stitches, the same as I did with the green one, and then I will cut it, and we'll be done with the white. Also, I'm gonna remove all the markers except this one. This is the one that marked the beginning and end of the rounds. I finished the round, and now let me move this here. I'm gonna measure this, measure 7 inches from the fold of the brim, so I have to work for 8.5 inches. So I have 1 more inch and a bit to go, 1.5, and then I will do it with the blue. So you have to do 8.5 to 22 centimeters, 21.5 centimeters for this size hat. So if you're making the hat different size, like I mentioned, if you're making this a little bit smaller, let's say for a kid from 6 to 12 months, it'll be 7.5 inches, 19 centimeters. If it's from 12 months to 3 years, 8 inches, 20.5 centimeters, give or take. And from 3 to 10 years, 8.5 inches, 22 centimeters, give or take, for the length. So I'm gonna work until I have 8.5 inches, and then I will measure here. Everything will be with the blue. Now I'm gonna measure. I'm gonna flip it over. That way I can measure better. And then measure 8.5 inches. Now we're gonna do 1 round of decrease, 2 together, 2 together, 2 together, and then 1 round without decrease, just net all the stitches, and the 3rd round with decrease, net 2 together, 2 together, 2 together. So far I'm done 30 round. I did the 25 of the design and 5 a solid blue. Once you finish, you're gonna do this, stretch your hat around, and you see the hat is stretched all the way from the border. You see here and in here, it's perfect. It's not pulling, nothing, it's perfect. Just by doing that trick that I show you. The trick of color work. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lose all the tail, plus this hat fit me, and I made it for William, but it fit me as well. It's a big, nice hat. That can be for adult or kids. William is 6, almost 7, but he's a very tall kid. He's wearing clothes for 8, 9 years old, so very tall kid. So what I'm gonna do, since when he put his hat on, I noticed that the part that is folded, he don't know how to fold it properly. He put it all over the place. So with the green, I'm gonna stitch this in the top to the other side, and that will be secure, and each time he's gonna put it on, it will be already folded permanently like this. I'm gonna lose all the tails as well, and this handmade tag I'm gonna sew here in the border, so it's gonna be always folded. I'm gonna sew it right through and here, and it will be perfect. I'm gonna do all that, and I will show you the end result. I absolutely love it. I already made other graph because I'm very excited about doing some color work for this winter. This is the leftover yarn, and they are full. The one that you use the most is the green, and this was the big bowl, so fancy yarn there. Now I will show you the end result. Well, this is the end result, and I absolutely love the way the hat looks. And I have the stitches in different places. That way, when William puts his hat on, he don't lose the full, the way keeping his ears warm. And the stretch is perfect. It's a little foam head, it's like a pin head, so it's a smaller size head for this hat. Like you see, it's no pulling, it's no stretching, anything, everything is perfect. So I absolutely love it, and I hope you guys like it, and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber and you make this beautiful hat and you want to send me some pictures. You can do it through my Facebook page, Rubinet Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Rubinet Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.